In version 3, one of the issues with Bridge was that the way that the thumbnails were generated, so you see here, I've got various thumbnails on screen. These were generated at quite high resolution. They were generated at multiple resolutions, maxed out at the full resolution of the image. So you could do this lovely kind of zoom in and out thing. And that's great if you want to get good quality previews, so there you see I've got these larger scale ones. That's great, but in terms of system performance, it really hammered the memory. In version 4, now we've got a much more efficient engine for displaying thumbnails. That was my biggest gripe. I would load it up, my system's not super spec, and I would just close it down again. But now I get more responsiveness. But there's a couple of things tucked away in here that I just didn't know in here. For example, if you press the space bar, you toggle between this full screen view. So, and I can use the arrow keys to toggle between these images. So if you just want to review stuff, you can just press the space bar to jump in and out of that full screen mode, which is one of the things that, as a creative, this is something I want to do all the time. 90% of creative work is looking at stuff and making creative choices about it. So Bridge lets you do that really well. But it also, if I go into review mode, let me go here, I've got some photos I took. Where are we now? These are my first foray into portrait work. Anybody who's familiar with iTunes, you know, the whole cover flow thing, this is my favorite. Anyone who's familiar with the whole spinning round thing of choosing your music will be familiar with this. And I'm just using my left and right arrow keys. But if I press the down key, so let's say maybe I'm not so keen on this image, I can press the down arrow and it's gone. Now, I haven't done anything to it, I've just removed it from this collection of images that I'm reviewing. So I can remove a few of these, and if I'm happy with the reduced selection, I've got down here, I've got this button, which will add the pictures I've selected to a collection. The collections in Bridge don't do anything to your media, they just allow you to organize yourself. One of the big problems now is, you know, I just bought a lovely DSLR, I'm really happy with it. I've got an 8 gig memory card in it, and I forget, it will take something like 4,000 pictures on that memory card. And it used to be, if you were shooting, say, 36 frames on a 35mm camera, you were kind of limited by the impatience with changing the film over. You know, however quick you were, you have to pop off the back and change it over, and that could be in the middle of the moment. So you were a little bit more selective about the shots that you took. Now, it's a little bit more like video production. You just spray and pray, and you hope that you're going to get something good, which is a very, very weak way of working creatively, but it's what people are doing. And Bridge has got support for this new workflow by allowing you to reduce what you're working with very quickly and easily. So what I've got here is a collection. I'm going to rename this Vicky Shots I Like. And this is now a collection which is quite distinct from the original images, which are still here and untouched. So this is really just a batch of shortcuts to those images. So if you like, Bridge is a layer between you and your media. It's also a player, it's got loads of codecs built in, it's got lots of display options.